Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers, and I'm with the amazing, nay incredible, Gus G.
Hey man.
And we're honoured to have Gus here at Andertons to help take a look at the incredible Blackfire Gus G 200 from Blackstar. Now we had thousands and thousands of questions from rabid fans and friends on Facebook and YouTube, and we've got a few on the board here.
Better not show those.
No, we probably should ignore those questions though. Yeah. But I mean, to start with, why don't you just tell us about the design process, sort of how you were involved in the process to design the amplifier?
Yeah, well, it's based on Blackstar's standard 200 Series 1 200 amp head, which is the amp that I've been using for the last couple of years. Actually, I used it on the latest Aussie album, Scream, and then I took it out on the road with me on the 18-month world tour. And I mean, these amps, they just really totally blew me away. And you know, while on the tour, I was kind of like going back and forth and talking to the guys at Blackstar about how we could kind of like tweak that amp and kind of like bring it a bit more to my own specs, or what I would change if I would ever want to change something. I mean, besides cosmetics, you know, talking about sound here.
Yeah.
So that's how the whole idea came to do the Blackfire 200. Yeah. So basically, we kind of like, I would call it a little bit of a even more hot-rodded version of the standard 200 series amp. Yeah.
So did you have a few other brand sounds in your head that you wanted to mix together, or was it a very specific remit? From
I really liked the original tone and the original approach that they had, you know, which was like, you have the vintage side of it, but it also sounds very modern, and I wanted to keep that, you know. Yeah. So the only modifications we made was basically like on the EQ, and kind of like we renamed the distortion channels, the Fire channel, the Fury channel, which was kind of like based on my well, we had
on your amazing music.
No, besides that, of course, yeah. But we also had the pedal with the Blackfire pedal, and it was like a dual distortion pedal, so we called it Fire and Fury channel, whatever. So then we kind of like translated that into the amp.
What was it like working with Blackstar? Are they sort of easy to work with, or was it a very long process?
I mean, no, they're really cool guys, man. I've been to their HQ in Northampton a bunch of times. Really great to hang out there, and like, you know, I've seen how they make their amps. I've met with you know, the chief engineers and all that, and these guys really got it down. They know what they're doing. So it was really easy, you know. Whatever I would tell them, and believe me, I mean, I don't know about all this circuits and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about that stuff, but I would tell them, oh, a little bit more like this or like that, or I would just use stupid terms, and then they would like make it happen somehow. Yeah. They're really good guys, and they really know what they're doing, man.
I imagine it must be difficult translating the sound you get in your head into an engineer designer to make them make it physically happen.
Yeah, because you don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know about frequencies. What is you know, like hertz and shit like that. I don't know. But they're guys, you know, they would understand right away, and they would like come back to me with a new prototype very quickly within a couple of weeks.
Did you record with the prototypes?
I recorded the latest Firewind album, the Few Against Many album, which just came out. That one I recorded with my prototype.
I've got a question for you. You're an amazing technician. So you have incredible technical ability. Obviously, you love that kind of music. But you're a very musical person as well. You have both sides of the balancing coin. But you kind of achieved your aspirations in terms of being able to play anything you kind of hear in your head. So what inspires you to play now? What do you find gets you going technique or with sound? Who do you look up to?
Well, I mean, it's endless possibilities, really. I mean, you know, it never stops. You know, because you know how to play a bunch of licks doesn't mean that you know it all, right? You know that you're a guitar player yourself. You always keep learning.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I always think you can always play the stuff that you already have down and you've already mastered. You can always play it and make it better, of course. So yeah, I just go back and work on those little details and try to get better. And of course, the improvisational skills can always get better. You can always come up with new ways to do chords or riffs, and you know, just keep it interesting. I mean, that's the fun thing about music in general and about guitar. It's just endless possibilities out there. Let's try that.
We're gonna change guitars just so that Gus can. Well, I want to hear the difference with the. Oh, I got the same amp.
Just something, right?
Just so we can hear the difference in the pickups through the amplifier, and so Gus can play my guitar. These are Chapman pickups. This is well, we got a guitarnivore humbuckers basically. Guitarnivore, like a carnivore. Something I thought was interesting about Gus's playing, obviously aside from the ridiculous lead guitar ability that he's got, and incredible hair, was we were having a jam 3 years ago, just before you got on with Ozzy, and he picked up an acoustic guitar. It was a Faith acoustic. And he was doing all sorts of arpeggiations and chordal work, and I noticed for the first time that you were following a grid of like modal scales as you were weaving through playing chords. Okay. Well, I think that's what you were doing.
Oh, like you mean moving up diatonically or something? Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh, well, I mean, the whole idea with the chords and all that stuff is, I mean, I don't know if it might sound stupid or something, but it's, if you come up with any shape, I would just move it chromatically across the fretboard and then see which one sounds good and which one doesn't, and then I would keep the ones that I thought sounded cool.
Because chordal work is very overlooked in metal genre, you know, a lot of people just whack down fifths and sort of...
Yeah, you know. Well, yeah, but I guess that's kind of like maybe what people kind of like look on the surface, but if you go like, if you search a little bit, you know, what players do, and you search like other songs, you see like, and you'll mostly find that in more like ballady kind of stuff, and then you'll see like there's a lot of great players out there that have a lot of great chordal work, you know.
Should we do some?
Sounds nice, man. Sounds
thanks.
Really sweet. Yeah,
thank you very much.
And congrats for the guitar line. Like I've picked up a lot of stuff from, you know, guys like Rudolf Schenker, for example, Scorpions, you know, and they're like a perfect example with chords and stuff like that and strumming stuff. And
you like both the Schenkers, don't you?
I love them, both Michael and Rudolf. You know, they're my heroes. Like, or look at a guy like Jeff Waters, you know, Annihilator. You know, is very underrated for his chordal stuff and the clean stuff he does. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out in there. If you want to go out there and do some digging, there's tons of stuff. You know?
So, talk me through the amplifier. Obviously we've got a bunch of channels, lots of different sounds. I've got a foot pedal down here, which looks like it's a weapon for the road, like you're fending off ugly fans, if you got any.
We only have cute fans.
Yeah.
Only cute boys.
Much like my tool. Yeah. So yeah, talk me through the different features and channels and things. And
oh, it's a 4-channel amp. Like I said, based on the original 200 series amp. So yeah, 4 channels, clean, crunch, fire, fury channels. Each channel has individual gain and volume, and then the 2 top channels share the same EQ. You know, like the clean and the crunch have the same EQ settings, and then you have separate EQ for the.
And then actually put all of your EQ in.
Well, for the 2 distortion channels, yes.
I've never seen that done before. But
you know, it's something I just started doing recently. You know, because I remember like going into every venue, and then I would kind of like change things a little bit every night, and oh, this maybe a little bit more bass, and then and one day I just said, fuck it, let's just put everything up to 10.
I want all the EQ.
Yes. And you know what? Strangely enough, I know it's a very kind of like old school thing and almost like a cliche, but it does give you a little bit of an extra kick to the sound. You know, putting all the EQ up to 10.
Yeah.
This is great.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
You are a wicked blues player as well.
No,
yeah. 5 man. 5
what the fuck?
Awesome 5.
High five.
So I remember seeing you play at the NARM show maybe 3 years ago with a different amp brand.
Yes.
And I remember backstage you were frustrated with the tone you were getting and you wanted a change. So it's quite nice to see the change having taken place 3 years later.
You know what the thing is, and I gotta say this, man, you know, after I joined Ozzy's band, I actually had, for the first time in my life, I had like all the time of the world that I needed to actually sit down and really improve what I wanted in my sound and really in detail. Because, you know, before that and, you know, running your own band, as you know yourself, it takes all the hours of the day and there's so much shit to take care of. And then when you actually get into a situation like that, you actually have time to work with the companies that you're interested in, and you know, a lot more possibilities, and opens a lot more doors. And I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have worked with you know, all these guys, and you know, going through the process of, you know, making custom stuff, you know, and really tweaking and bettering your sound.
Do you write stuff with Ozzy as well, or do you just come in and just play all the parts that are there, or how does
Well, I mean, for the last album, I came in like last in the band, so the album was written.
Yeah.
So the album was written, everything was composed. They just didn't have a guitar player who could, you know, nail the parts and all that stuff. So I went in and, yeah, that's what I did. I re-recorded all the parts and rhythm and leads and all that stuff. But we've been writing stuff for the upcoming album. Yeah,
cool.
So hopefully sometime in the next couple of years.
Have you got any sort of exciting riffs you could show us?
No, not really, not right now. You're gonna have to wait.
Yeah. I got excited then.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see what you bring to the Aussie heritage, you know, because I think you've got a lot of depth, you know, modally in your playing. It's really nice.
Well, I mean,
to
I come
see.
from that school of guitar, you know. I mean, I grew up with those guys, you know.
Yeah.
And Tony Iommi is one of my big all-time favorite heroes. Randy Rhoads, Zach, you know, Jake, and you know, and all those '70s and '80s guitar players. You know, it's that's the school that I've come from. You know, like Michael Schenker and Gary Moore and all those guys. You know, so I. Even though I come from a different generation, I totally understand what that's all about. So I guess
you're an old head on your
so it shows, I guess, in my playing, you know.
Yeah. Well, we had a few, I suppose, you know, questions you would expect from Gus G fans on Facebook, and one of them was, what kind of picks do you use?
Yeah, actually, it's these ESP picks.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
That's hard.
That's what she said.
Gus, we're trying to keep this straight-faced and normal.
Sorry.
That's pretty badass, actually. We should give them a close-up of that. So it's like a super-sized jazz pick, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Is it 1.2, 1.5 mil? It's 1.5 mil.
I have no idea.
And it's not celluloid.
What's that?
Celluloid is this material. This is my Dorje pick.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. No,
yeah,
it's what do you call that? It's
that's a plastic. It's a plastic pick that's 1.5 mil. But why do you like the thicker pick? What is it about the thicker pick and not the softer pick that you find beneficial to your playing?
I don't know. I think it's a better balance. You know, when I do all these for the riffing, probably. You know, it's I don't know. Like with a softer pick, I just couldn't like. I felt like it was what's the word? Like
losing the control.
Well, yeah, but the pick was kind of like you could feel the pick
move.
Yeah. And I wanted it to be like, you know, if you do like downstroke, you want it to be like rock solid.
Yeah. Why don't you turn up and do that again?
And we do those kind of things, you know.
I suppose it stays in shape. It doesn't sort of morph out and.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as well as your picks, they wanted to know about your strings.
Yes. Well, I've been using Elixir strings for a long time, and it's a custom gauge. It's I guess it's a mix of 10s and 13s, so I'm tuned down a whole step. So I use like, this is like a 10, 14, 18, 32, 42, and 56.
And have you changed that set of strings?
Yeah, not since 2006. It's been on here for 6 years. Still holding up, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, originally this was perfect for me, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford a guitar tech, so I thought, great, you know.
And
you know, they still sound great after a couple of months if you have them on, if you're that lazy. And
I find that really weird that you just don't need to change them that often. You just clean them.
Even yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So this is your active switch, or quartet.
This is like a no. It doesn't go from active to passive. It's the whole thing together.
So this is
like a kill switch.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
You know,
which is not actually
does that not
the best
hurt?
idea because I've
Does that not hurt? It's quite sharp.
No.
Hands of Steel.
Well, I don't use it so much actually because I've been in situations where we've been in front of 20,000 people with Ozzy and first song, Bark at the Moon, and then count off, and then it's like, and I think like my gears broke down and everything, running around, unplugging everything, all wireless and stuff, and all it was just like.
Is there anything about your amplifier that you think people should know that they don't know? Anything about it that you
well,
really...
actually, the Fury channel, I should say that it's kind of like, you know, before I still have that on my pedal board. I use the BB Green Screamer, which is like an overdrive pedal, you know, and I use that to boost my solos. But what I also wanted when I said to Blackstar, I said we should build in that little extra kick, And that's what basically the Fury channel is. So,
okay.
So even if you go out to a gig without a pedal board and you have this, you still got your lead tone.
Well, do you want to show us the difference between the Fire and the Fury? So start with Fire, play a bit of lead.
It's just more like, just more distortion, basically. You know, and then the Fire channel is where I do the, actually all the rhythm and most of my leads too, because that's a pretty hot rodded channel as well.
And you got active pickups, haven't you?
They look like passive, but they are active.
Yeah.
It's pickups I developed together with Seymour Duncan, so they're called Gus G Fire Blackouts.
Yeah.
Because they are based on the Blackouts model, and
you got a little preamp that goes with them.
The preamp is under the volume pot actually.
Okay.
So so you get the kick and the the high output of the standard Blackouts, but then you got kind of like the passive sensitivity and yeah, the whole idea of kind of like blending in the the two worlds,
yeah.
passive and active sound.
Yeah.
So it really does pick up on the way the way you pick the string and all that
yeah.
stuff. That's what I wanted,
Yeah.
While still having that high output, that kick from
well, it clearly works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that nobody had done that before, because I'm like, why do you have to choose either active or passive?
Why can't you have both? Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Mm. Well, I'm a Seymour Duncan brother with you now, so we're Seymour Duncan people together, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Developing partnership with Gus G.
I've not seen those actually.
You've not seen those yet?
No.
Check that out, mate. This is the first time Gus is taking a look at the pack of awesomeness that comes with his amplifier.
Cool.
Look at this, the face of Christmas, look.
It's funny, I wanted to buy, I know it's gonna sound Playmobil, right?
Yeah.
Toys. I wanted to buy one of those giant life-size, like what?
Yeah.
Like So I asked Playmobil.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't sell me one. I asked them on Twitter. I'm like, I want to buy a big Playmobil. Can you sell me one? Sorry, that's not for sale.
As it happens, I have a fan who works for Lego.
What?
I could get you a Lego, Gus.
Yes, let's do it.
Niels, if you're watching this video, drop me an email. Seriously, I got a Lego Chappers. It's really cool.
Well, if he got one, I want one.
I'll sort you out, man. I'll sort you out with the Lego, guys.
Oh, hey, here you go. Well, you get this.
There's a nice little link.
Oh!
You get a signed card from me.
Wow.
You got a key ring. Gus key ring.
Could you play guitar with that keyring?
Let's see.
Let's have a go. It might double as a plectrum as well.
Yeah.
It's got its own kind of tone, doesn't it, as well? And then, what's this that comes with it as well?
And you get a copy of our latest album, Few Against Many.
Why don't you tell us all about your new album?
It's the new album.
Yes.
It's album number 7 from us. Okay.
7?
Yes, already. We've done 7 albums in 10 years. A lot of work. So yeah, just came out. It's
How many instruments does Bob play on it this time?
just one. And the album's actually only plays keyboards, but live he plays both guitar.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
I always joke about it. I'm like, soon you're gonna have to kind of like step it up and
Yeah.
start swallowing swords while you do a keyboard solo guitar solo at the same time.
If you haven't seen Firewind live, it is an experience to behold because the crew he's working with, are of the same standard as Gus, and it's just insane.
Great band, great bunch of guys, and what else? I mean, it's a lot of guitar in this album.
You got like
actually.
a burning angel on the front.
And it looks kind of Greek too.
How does that look Greek?
I don't know.
Because it's a statue.
It's a statue, yeah.
Greeks own statues. Did you know that? That's
we invented it.
you invented statues.
Yeah, we invented statues.
Along with fire.
Yes, we invented fire. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. Yeah, it's actually a statue in Portugal, not in Greece.
Oh, so it's a Portuguese
it's a
statue
Portuguese
anyway.
statue.
Yeah, right. And when are you repping this on the road next with Firewind?
Well, I mean, we just completed a European tour and UK tour, and we're still on the road basically. I mean, we start again next year in America. We do a North American tour. We go to Australia after that, and then we're gonna be back in Europe for summer festivals. So we're gonna actually be back in England. We're gonna do a Bloodstock festival.
You're touring England again?
Not touring, just
playing
a one-off. Yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna do only one. It's gonna be our UK exclusive.
So how do you manage to stay sane and take care of yourself doing your own band and then also doing the Aussie work?
Well, I mean, I would never do the two at the same time.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know. I mean, it's when I'm not working with Aussie, I work with Firewind, and that's it. You know.
And do you find one harder than the other?
It's just different situations, you know. With Aussie, all I have to worry about is get on that stage on time and play guitar the best I can. Everything else is taken care of. Whereas in Firewind, I run the team, I manage the team, I'm heavily involved with everything. So there's a lot more. The stress kind of like is in different areas, rather, you know, aside from the playing. The playing is not so stressful there because, you know, it's the songs that I wrote with my buddies for years, and, you know, we could do all that blindfolded and stuff.
Yeah.
But
which is your favourite solo from your Firewind work?
I don't have one, man. Like I said, it's been 7 albums. It's hard to just pick one.
Yeah.
You know? I guess a lot of people, judging from what people tell me, fans tell me, everybody loves the Fire and the Fury, which is an instrumental.
Yeah. Yeah, that's classic. That's classic Gus.
Classic.
From 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
Oh, no, almost 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
From 2003. 9 years ago, sorry. Yeah.
Now, if you are in love with the Gus G tone and the man himself, and you want to rep one of these amazing amplifiers, there are only 225 of them in the world.
And I own the 200.
Yeah.
So there's only 25 left for you guys out there.
And you can find them at andertons.co.uk, your favourite store in the world. And they sound absolutely amazing, as you've heard through the jams we've been playing, jazz, blues, rock, metal. They can do it all because they have the fire and the fury and the clean and the crunch.
Sitting back like this.
Make sure your hair's all right. Well, I've been Rob Chapman.
Drew, what the we're trying to work
Drew.
here.
It's like amateur hour all over again in here.
Yeah.
I've run out of a pint of coffee. It's been a fantastic time talking to you, Gus.
Take it, brother.
And yeah, amazing amplifier, incredible musician. You guys take it easy. I've been Rob Chapman.
I've been Gus G.
Chappers and G out.
Again.